Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And as I shuffle the cards, I'm going to let you know about the energy that's available to you during this month. So please fast forward this part if you don't really wish to hear it, and fast forward to the part where I show you your first card. Okay, so let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know for the month of April? Well, April has literally sprung upon us, and we have officially started a new astrological year. You know, the sun has moved into the sign of fiery Aries, so it's really time to embrace your inner rebel and expect your energy levels to rise. Now, over the last couple of months, we have truly been dealing with some very challenging energy, but the eclipses are now out of the way, for now, of course, and Mercury and Venus turn direct by mid-month, leading to a rare occurrence where all planets are direct, which means, personally, it's full steam ahead. Now, obstacles dissolve faster during this period, complicated energy untangles itself with a total alignment for brighter things to come. And of course, things become more manageable during this period. So if you've been struggling with anything at all, this is a great problem-solving month to move ahead. And April is literally the payoff month for previous hard work too, setting you up for, opportunities to level up and shine. And of course, the greatest rewards can reach you during this period to set you up nicely for the rest of the year. And you're going to be taking charge of your life a little bit more this month, leading with passion, creatively embracing your hobbies as well, and set your sights high whilst boldly striding towards accomplishing your goals. Now, this is the month to get assertive, to carve out, the life that you've been manifesting and set yourself up for positive change ahead. And of course, we have Saturn and Venus conjunct Rahu, the North Node, this month, which is pretty intense and really is a bit of a big deal because it hasn't occurred since 1968, and we only need to look back at that period in time to really understand some of the challenges the world faced, or even witnessed, shall I say, to realize what sort of similarities we may encounter ahead. But on a personal level, expect some serious soul searching about where you see your future heading, and of course where you feel like you belong in the world. Now, Saturn will be really strict with you this month and force you to take a long, hard look at where you aspire to be, and also put plans in motion to be on track. So actually, it's quite positive. It will also help you break free from some very challenging karma. Saturn delivers consequences for negative actions and rewards for positive ones. And Venus, of course, it will make sure that you're making the right decisions to do what you love from your heart space, to harmonize life and take the edge off the karmic exchange. So you make some very serious life-affirming decisions during this period, where the universe will offer you fated opportunities and connections to make things happen for your highest good. Now, Neptune has moved into the sign of Aries, and this is a transition that takes 165 years to complete. So it really is a fresh new cycle. However, with all of this fiery energy whizzing about suddenly, there is a potential for the odd clash or argument. So I would say, really channel your energy into positive pursuits that fulfill your needs or your purpose. Otherwise, it can feel a little bit frustrating. Now, Neptune, the planet of inspiration, influences you to concentrate on your dreams or goals. Partnered with the high-octane passion of Aries season, it makes you productively take action, remain focused, of course, and leave any temptation to procrastinate in the dust. The super new moon on the 27th of April, it's in Taurus. It actually helps you attract new money. Basically, it encourages like new money making ideas, maybe even attracts rebates or small increases in finances, even bonuses. And this is all to, be manifested into your life, but it's something that you've worked really hard to accomplish in the first place. Now, you'll leave April super proud of all that you've accomplished because, of course, it is a very productive month, and you'll look forward to all that is to come. And of course, Venus has been retrograding until now. So if you've been feeling that really like languishing malaise recently, then this season will jolt you back into rediscovering your playful side. To seek out new adventures, and whether you want to meet a soulmate or even a soul tribe friend for life, this is the time where strong relationships are formed. Even existing ones are going to get a bit of a reboot of excitement as you dust off any humdrum during April. Now, you may feel more flamboyant, bold, and daring, and the universe will respond to this energy by sending people and opportunities your way to enhance your life experience. And of course, on a global scale, please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, but Neptune in Aries often mixes a whiff of evolution and revolution to the air. As it drives this transit forward, the collective awaken at greater speeds. It's also a time for shattering long-standing illusions and exposing secrets. Maybe even scandals, redacted documents come to light, and hidden information is revealed. Even highlighting areas where things are broken to push for societal change. I would say this is a time to expect strikes or boycotts in various industries. This could happen during this period to push for fairer working conditions, and of course pushbacks on technology cornering the market to limit the chaos of severances or redundancies. Now, Pluto's opposition to Mars on the 26th of April might see some bumpy transformative energy, exposing some hidden financial truths that really need course correcting, especially with trade frictions at this moment in time. We could also see a triggering of an unexpected power struggle, increasing a domino effect where Aries season basically will, trigger this kind of like conflict to amplify it. I hope I'm wrong on that, but I do see some sort of glitch there. Now, we also have some major solar flares to contend with during Aries season, which is already triggering unusual, unseasonal weather events, as well as increasing seismic and volcanic activity. Now, this may briefly impact the travel industry at some point over the coming weeks and months there, as well as the usual power outages. And it does seem like every day we are hearing about major shifts all over the world, which I foresaw in my channeled messages last year and underlined that 2025 is really a year of fire and water. And we can see that already. Now, I also see a significant event where marine life unusually beach, indicating a major tectonic restructure involving an underwater volcano. As always, look to the animal kingdom for behavior. They often instinctively make moves before these shifts occur. And the Earth, of course, it moves all the time to remove pressure. But this is a global awakening and a restructure of tectonic plates, and perhaps symbolic of humanity's restlessness with the way things are right now. The pressure is on, and shifts of change are upon us to forge new landscapes. But on a personal level, I want you to be aware that this month it ushers in a fresh new feel to trailblaze adventurous pathways to all that you desire. And of course, April reignites your zest for life. So expect a flurry of activity, events, invitations, festivals, and opportunities to keep you on your toes and actively keep your life moving forward whilst having fun along the way. And looking at your energy, the first card here is the Tower. Now, this is your protagonist energy, okay? This basically is your approach to April. So I feel that you are in a mode to restructure your life in some way. This is you like decluttering. It's you coming out of a comfort zone. It's you, trying to break free from something that has been dissatisfying, because the Tower, you know, basically it means higher frequencies. And if you are stuck in a rut right now, or you've been having some sort of difficulty or challenge, you know, the tower can like shock you into doing something about it. I always say that the tower, it's like a prison, okay? We build like a certain structure in our life, whether that is, you know, a routine, or whether it is a repetitive cycle, or go-to quick fix for something. For example, you know, when we get stuck in that rut, suddenly we just get so fed up and we think, enough. The pressure gets too much and something needs to give. So I feel right now there's something that you're dealing with, especially since we've got a two of coins there. This can indicate you're fed up of sitting on the fence with something. You're making a decision. There can be something that has been inconsistent in your life right now, and I feel like you're taking back the power, because the tower can actually be a pillar of strength. It's like you have what it takes to overcome something that has been dominating your energy for some time. Now, this could literally be that you're decluttering your home space. It can be that, you know, your home is your castle. It is your tower wherever you reside. So this can be that there's major restructure going on in your home space. Could be that you're doing some DIY during this month. Could also be that you are breaking free from a habit. It could also indicate that you're decluttering, but also detoxifying in some way. Now, of course, the tower can be like a shock, okay? So I want you to be aware of that energy, but because it is your protagonist energy, so this is how you're approaching, you know, your month ahead, it feels like you may shock some people with your changes, but ultimately we have a Six of Wands and a Two of Coins here, and I feel you may get a shock that is really positive, okay? It's like something could have gone either way with that Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands is like success. It's like excitement, it's reward, it's like an obstacle or a difficulty can be overcome, and there is a triumph here. So I would say there's some really great news coming in here that kind of shocks you, but it's something that could have gone either way and you were a little bit uncertain, but I do feel it's something that is super positive. Now I just want to arrange all of your cards here because I only pick the uprights in your reading for the monthlies. So I'm just getting everything in order there. Nice to see a 10 of Pentacles because you're going from a 2 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles. So some of you this month could receive some sort of like extra money coming in. Now, a lot of you, it's going to be like you moving money about in order to put some savings away. And with that 10 of Pentacles there, it could be that you put a nice responsible amount of money with the resources that you have away for, you know, some savings. Some of you are trying to perhaps save for a large purchase, for example, and it could be that, you know, for some of you, there may be a small win. 10 of Pentacles could be a little bit of a windfall for some of you. Also, it can be that you are given a bonus, for example, or some sort of small increase in your finances regarding your working environment. Also, I would say if you've been going back and forth, like trying to get some sort of compensation on something, legally, I feel things are on your side, and I do feel that you will get that compensation. Seven of Cups, they may give you an option regarding this compensation, whatever it is. So, you know, I feel like you're going to do what is right for you. I mean, I just get this energy of you choosing to have the lump sum, okay? Because they may offer you kind of like a discount or some sort of credit note for something and say, well, you can still use the money within our store or within our company. We're giving back the finances, we're compensating you, but they may try to offer that it still goes back into the company or into whatever it is that you're having some sort of back and forth with, if that makes sense. I feel like you're just going to choose the money. You're like, show me the money. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there. Now, of course, if some of you have been going through a bit of a shock right now and your foundations have literally been shaken, if this is a personal thing that you're going through, first of all, I'm giving you a huge hug out there. So much love. For some of you, this could be like a shock when it comes to something legal, or it could be that you are, with that 10 of Coins there, it can be that you are going through some sort of legality regarding an inheritance. And it could be that people's behavior shocks you. And I feel like you're just out there doing your own thing. I feel like you may have to take charge of something, which I know that, of course, you'd rather have the person in your life rather than the inheritance. But I feel some of you may have to deal with that. And if that's you, again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. above. But I do see that things will be balanced, they will be fair. And I feel like you will have some options as well regarding this, but ultimately the Ten of Pentacles is coming to you. So I feel, that there is this energy here of like getting what is your fair share. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there. But this is like your dominant energy for the month of March, and this is like all change. Okay, it can be that you're having like major epiphanies, sudden realizations where you feel that something that has been playing out in your life for a long time, it just has to stop. You don't want any disruptions. This can be also like a revamp in your life in some way where you are having a bit of an overhaul or a shake-up because you feel that things need to change. So you're being the catalyst for change. For some of you, this could literally be like a schedule change, or if you're trying to work, for example, and you are having some sort of distraction. It could be that your working environment has a refurb, or they're doing some drilling work outside if you work from home, for example. So there could be some minor distractions going on, but actually I feel that you rise above it, and actually it does not impede on your month ahead. But more than anything, I feel some of you with that Tower energy, you have to make a decision on something, and the Two of Pentacles tells me that you may shock some people with the decision that you make, but you're doing what you're doing for your highest good, because the Justice card tells me you're doing what is right for you, and I feel that's going to really be beneficial for you. I would also say, because I'm really being drawn to the clock tower there, make sure if you have an important meeting or, something important that you have to attend, that you leave a little bit earlier, because I feel there is a potential for some sort of delay or some sort of holdup that could like impede you getting there on time. So if there's something really important this month, I would say leave a little bit earlier there. Now, of course, this card, for some of you, this could indicate, because I'm being drawn right now to some of the seismic activity that has occurred over the world. I mean, some of you right now could feel like a slight tremor in the month of April. Again, because you have a Two of Coins there, it's like moving back and forth energy with that Tower. And of course, the Six of Wands is like everything's okay, but it could be something that, occurs if you're traveling somewhere, or if you're in a place that is prone to seismic activity. There could be this energy of like being surprised by some sort of like seismic event. But looking at the outcome energy, I feel like, everything's fine, everything's in order. Now, the Two of Pentacles, I do see an energy here of you kind of like moving some finances around, okay? Your 11th house is governing you at the beginning of the month. So I want you to be aware that it's all about your hopes, your wishes, joy, of course, your manifestations, and it's really about you focusing on long-term goals. So I feel you may restructure, because that's literally what this card is all about, restructure or revamp something. I feel a lot of you may even like return to an idea that you had that will bring in more money, because the Two of Pentacles can be like second streams of income. It could also be like ideas that will increase your finances. And for some of you, I would say that, especially since you've got the Tower there, the Two of Pentacles can be like, there could be some minor disruptions going on in your month ahead. I hate giving you that message, but I gotta be honest with you. But because the Two of Pentacles is there, it's like if you're flexible, there may be like, for example, some reschedules, or there may be some cancellations you have to deal with. But the Two of Pentacles basically says if you are like flexible with the energy and work with it, Six of Wands is like you overcome it. It's no biggie. It's all going to be fine there for you, okay? But when you have a Two of Pentacles there, it can be that you're juggling finances. As soon as money comes on in, you're paying bills, of course, that's standard, but also it's that you're being careful with your finances and perhaps putting like a little bit of a like off limits money away for like a savings plan, because I do see you adding to your finances with that Ten of Pentacles. Now, Two of Pentacles, lovely rose there. I'm being drawn to that. I feel for some of you, there could be something that was challenging for you that brings in reward, because I'm thinking about the thorns on this rose energy. It's like something that was hard or was really challenging really blossoms into something very special. It's going to develop into, very unexpected ways. And I feel one way or another, your dreams, because your 11th house is all about your dreams and your long-term goals, you're going to see some sort of manifestation in the month of April that you're right on target. Either through some sort of news or some sort of physical reward comes in, because, a lot of you, Six of Wands is good news, it's reward. If you're in training for something, it could be that the training suddenly comes to an end and you're getting a qualification and now you're out there, you're doing your thing. For some of you, this could also be that, you've been feeling really tested recently and now you're overcoming these challenges or these obstacles and you can move forward in confidence. I'm actually seeing a really interesting logo in the water because I scry at the same time as doing your reading. I'm seeing like a Ferrari logo, okay? Now, that's not something you see every day, of course. For some of you, if you have a lot of money, with that 10 of Pentacles, it could be that some of you may be buying a Ferrari, for example, but I feel it's more symbolic than anything. I'm getting this energy of like the Ferrari logo. Okay, what is that? My guides are giving me Carolino Rampante. Rampante, okay. I feel it's like the horse that's on the two legs. That's what I'm being given there. It's like this fierce passion, this courage, this victory in an area where many think is unconquerable. That's what I'm being given. So if something was challenging and it's hard to be successful in, I feel like you are the success in that industry or in that area. This could also be a self-improvement kind of like success that you are going through. It could be that you're going through some training or something like that and you're going to be a success. So you're going to see evidence of you making a difference, basically. A Ferrari logo is all about like a race car or prestige, maybe branding, maybe like expensive items. So it could be symbolic that you're going to treat yourself to something that is expensive. Doesn't have to be a Ferrari, of course, but it can be like highlighting prestige. Could be that an opportunity is coming your way that is very prestigious, or that your reputation is increasing and you're entering into a new level in your life where you're having a bit of a glow up there, both in terms of your reputation, but also in terms of like your finances. Okay, so it could be symbolic. I'm just seeing what I can see, and I can't give you anything else other than the logo. You may actually see the logo in the next coming weeks and months, which highlights that there is some sort of successful opportunity, a win or an award, because this card is all about, being in the spotlight or, kind of like being an influencer in your circumstances. And that's why I say with that Tower and the Two of Coins, you're influencing the changes, the drastic changes in your life that are going on right now. And the Two of Pentacles can indicate that some of you, if you've been juggling like a lot on your plate recently, it can be that if you go too fast, you may miss something. But I feel actually you're on top of the energy in April and you're going to move forward and make a lot of progress in whatever focused area that you are experiencing right now. Because some people are going to be focused on their career, some people are going to be focused on self-improvement or relationships, for example. Six of Wands is all about celebration. So I do feel you have something to celebrate in the month of April there. And I feel there is an energy of freedom with this, whatever this is. Okay. Now we do have the High Priestess. It's in the resistance position, like you got it in the reverse at first, but it will go into the upright, and it's partnered with the Three of Coins and the Four of Wands. Wow. There's something here that you have been working on in secret or keeping to yourself at this time. Maybe it's something that runs parallel to something that you already do, like a second stream of income. You do have so many coins cards in your reading. So I feel a lot of you are focused on like pensions, retirement thoughts, long-term financial goals. You're going from a Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles Ten of Pentacles. So you're increasing your wealth. And also a lot of you are increasing your awareness about your health during this period as well. Looking at stable structures in your life so you can build your empire or build towards something that is going to be very successful, but also helps you with some good karma there as well. Now, a lot of you, there is this energy, especially if you're in like stocks and shares. I mean, I don't really know much about that, but Two of Pentacles can indicate some fluctuation in money. Maybe even with the Tower is like you're guarding against like financial crashes, or, you know, you may be looking at where you house your finances during the month of April and looking at like providers, financial institutions, for example, to make sure that they are not connected. Because if there was ever a financial wobble, and if you're someone who has a substantial amount of money, for example, you know, there can be a crossover where only one amount of money is insured. Now, I don't know why that message is coming through, but perhaps it's for someone out there. So this can be, you're looking at your connections when it comes to finances, or you're looking at savings plans and not rushing in to purchase the first thing that you see. You're shopping around to get a good deal. So there's more money in your pocket, because this is the outcome pile at the end there. Now, of course, this card indicates a ripple effect going on in your life, some sort of like knowledge, but also having faith that you are where you are right now, and that any progress that comes through, it will come through in April. I mean, some of you may be signing new contracts because you do have the Justice card. I do see a lot of you like running errands and having emails and texts and making phone calls, you know, administrative tasks to keep life running smoothly, of course. But I do see some sort of like new contract. So some of you, if you're in a career or an industry, you may see some redundancies across the board, but behind the scenes, you may actually hear that perhaps there's some sort of merge going on in companies, and there may be some new contracts coming in that you'll have to sign. This may shock you, for example, if you've been in a company for a long time, but I would say it's really important to look at your options, because Seven of Cups can indicate that there were some changes in a new contract. So if you've worked in an industry or a company for like 10 years, 5 years, doesn't matter if it's a long period of time, some of the benefits or bonuses that went along with a previous contract could be nullified if you are like signing a new contract. So if you worked for a company for 10 years, for example, they bring in something new, then it's almost like you're starting afresh, okay? And it means that you may not have the resources when you leave, for example, connected to a long-term position. You know, everything starts from scratch there. So I just want you to be aware of that. Some of you, if you have come to this reading already, especially with that Tower energy, if you've been made redundant or you have been looking for a role, maybe you had to take yourself out of a working environment because it was toxic or very inconsistent, and you felt it wasn't hitting the target for you or your needs when it comes to an industry. I see that you're a very successful person. I see that you're a very talented person. And I actually see that you do have options here with that Seven of Cups, but there may be some opportunities that come in before like a great job. And what I mean by that is you may find some roles coming up that are paying less than you truly deserve and desire. But I'm not saying to wait it out. Intuitively, you will know which is the right role for you. But there is a role coming in that pays a lot of money there for you, okay? So I feel when you see this role, I mean, you'll sign a contract with it. It's a no-brainer, but I do see that there could be some like alternative roles that come in the meantime. If it doesn't hit right in your heart, your soul, but also in your bank account, I would say, you know, shop around, because there is an alternative opportunity out there for making more money. And some of you, I feel like, you know, you're super creative, and I feel lots of new ideas and inspiration is going to come to you in April. If you have an idea that you've sat on, because some of you are working behind the scenes on something here, I would say this is a great month for you to kind of like move it forward and launch it. and really reveal it, because you have the knowledge, you have the smarts. And I feel there could be some legal structure that you're setting up there, or perhaps you're launching your own business, for example. It can be like an intuitive idea, something creative, maybe even something that you've written there as well, or invented for some of you. I feel like it may be a slow process to earning money, but I feel like you're going to like double your finances. I mean, if you think about a 2 of coins and a 3 of coins, that's 5, and then you're going to a 10. So you're literally going to double your finances in some way, but I feel like you worked really hard for it, and some of you had to be really flexible for it as well. Okay. What I mean by that is like dividing your time between 2 entities in order to bring in extra finances. Some of you may even be decluttering in the home space and be like, oh my gosh, you've come across something that is either like an antique or something that will bring in a lot of money. You could sell it online, pre-loved goods, something that perhaps is gathering dust in your home space, and you're like, oh, I don't really want this anymore. So you may sell it on and actually get some extra finances. That's something that's coming through there. But also middle of the month, I feel a lot of you are thinking about your higher self and connecting. And I really feel some of you may actually decide to put yourself on some sort of course of learning. This doesn't have to be something that you pay for, but I see a lot of you reinvesting in yourself, but also in your spiritual needs. So it can be good quality time with a book, or it can be good quality time with you kind of like getting to listen to your body and your mind and your heart to really lock on to long-term goals and what it is that you aspire for your future. I do see a lot of you having responsibilities in the home space towards the end of April. I feel, towards the end, I just feel like you may have to split your time a little bit more evenly between helping people or, being there for family members or soul tribe members. But I see you also being more sociable at the end of the month there as well. It feels like the beginning of the month is all about your responsibilities and, focusing on long-term commitments and your wishes and your goals, but also that desire to connect socially will connect to you as you move towards the end of April. A lot of you may want to get more involved in the community during this period, but the High Priestess is an energy of caution. So with the 3 of Pentacles, I do feel like you are cautious about finances at this time, keeping an eye on those things. But also I feel this is about you kind of like collaborating on like ideas, or setting up businesses with people, or even just being in the community. It can be that you've got so much on your plate right now, you're being cautious about what you put in your diary as something to do. You're not going to spread your time too thin. You're being very discerning about the company that you keep. A lot of you may feel that you are like unappreciated or unsupported at this moment in time, but April is a month where you will see that you're going to be shining. I feel there's a lot of success around you. If you've up for a test, whether it's a driving test or some sort of like qualification certification, I see that you pass with flying colors, and it opens up your ability to be like free and like getting on the road. If it's like a road test, for example, driving test, for some of you it could also be like unlocking opportunities to earn more money. But because you have the 10 of Pentacles there, a lot of you and your 11th house is really influencing you to think about your legacy, where you are right now and what you're aspiring to accomplish for you and your family. And I feel like you're on target. I feel like you're on track, but you may make some sudden decisions in the month of April that surprise a lot of people. But I feel like you are like making things happen for you, and you're just fed up of the way things are or the way things people expect them to be. So I just feel there's a little bit of a revamp going on there for you as well. Now, I'm only talking about like bills and money and all of that because of course you have so many Pentacle cards, but also your 6th house is governing you at the end of the month. And that's basically all about your routines, daily structures, schedules, focusing on work if you're in work, or getting work if you're not, paying bills, saving plans, budgets, repayment plans, pensions, 401ks, all of those things. Okay. And, this house, it kind of sometimes feels a little bit dull and boring, right? But it actually is a wonderful house that keeps life running smoothly, so you can then run off and play and, you know, get out there and be more sociable. So there's so many layers to life, and, you know, sometimes there are layers outside of ourselves, like the world and all the crazy things that are happening in the world that we're aware of, okay? And that can breed fear sometimes, but then there's other layers where we can like zoom into our life, into our personal life, and focus on all the things that we need to do for ourselves to move ourselves forward. And I feel a lot of you are trying to zoom in to your life right now in order to connect to things that bring you joy, happiness, and really live in the moment. And that Four of Wands, there's an energy, because it is in the resistance position at first, like you're getting out of the house a little bit more, okay? I feel like you're separating from things that hurt you, whether that's like detoxifying, anything that bloats you, anything that makes you feel lethargic, moving away from any like toxic people that drain your energy. Also, I mean, the Four of Wands, some of you may actually hear from a person that you haven't heard from in a long time, and they want to reunite with you. So I see someone from your past reaching out. This doesn't have to be an ex. In fact, I feel it's more a friend. I feel it's someone who basically used to hang about with a long time ago, and either they just like dropped off the face of the earth, or they went off grid, or you did. I feel like you rekindle a friendship that actually sees this person in your life long term. I feel like they're just very nostalgic at this time, wondering what you're up to. This message may actually go to like a spam folder, or if you're on social media, I'm just being shown like an alternative kind of space where a message may show up. So, I mean, I don't really know much about some of the social media platforms, but, you know, if you've got like, I don't know, Facebook, I don't know, but it could also be Instagram or any of them really. There's like a typical space where messages come into, but then it feels like there's an alternative space or an other space where there could be some messages that are held for review. It feels like a friend of yours sends a message and it goes into that other pile. So you may not see it. It's a potential you'll miss it for a couple of weeks, but I feel at the end of April you will see it and actually rekindle a friendship with that person. They really want to know what you're up to, and I feel this person is a good influence in your life and vice versa. Now, we have two major cards of celebration. This is you influencing something in your life and really like peacocking yourself, promoting yourself, but also it's having confidence and living your passions. So a lot of you could be connecting to groups of people, you know, allowing your imagination to run wild, creative pursuits, perhaps. You know, I feel there is also an energy here of delayed celebration. So it could be that you're going to celebrate something that you've put on hold. Okay, it could be a person's birthday or a feast date or some sort of celebratory event that got put on hold. I feel like, you know, when you connect to it, it's going to be a lot of fun. Four of Wands is basically a celebration and pleasure. So I would say that middle of April, you're going to be having a lot of fun, being sociable, but also this is news coming in that you will celebrate. And I feel like you have two pieces of good news coming on in, and it's an achievement. Some of you may also be thinking about moving home. And if you are moving home or looking for an opportunity, I feel like there's going to be two houses or two properties that you are torn between. I mean, of course, you're going to choose the one that feels like home, unless this is a business investment. If it's a business investment, of course, I feel like you get to negotiate a better deal. And I feel that, you know, it feels right now that the price is kind of like bloated, if that makes sense. It feels like you could take about 10% off the price. I feel like you get it for a better deal. So that's coming through. If you're selling a property, I feel there are going to be some people who offer below the asking price. Okay, I got to be honest with you, there is what I see. But I do see that it's almost like you have accounted for that. So if you expect someone to like take 10% off the like asking price, you may have like increased it by 20, for example. So I do see that actually you get the money that you want if you're selling property at this time. Now, I'm just seeing like a friend of yours go really quiet, or someone kind of like really withdraw. There's this energy here of like, I don't see an argument. Some of you may like question why this person's gone dark or why they've gone off grid. This person in time will let you know why. I feel like it's not personal, and you're not here to play games, of course. And this person is not playing games. I feel like they've got something to deal with. And I feel you just reaching out to this person and saying, hey, haven't heard from you in a little bit, just to let you know I'm thinking about you. Everything okay? I feel that's just like a nice little message just to let them know that you're there. Okay, so if someone's going a little bit quiet and they didn't respond to a message that you sent them, give them a little follow-up, because I feel like they're dealing with something personal that they will reveal in time. But it's nice to know that you're there, because this person right now, they're locking themselves down emotionally, and they could be going through a separation or a divorce or some sort of turbulent energy in their home space, okay? And it feels like it's very private. They don't want to talk about it at this time, but you're a great friend to this person, and I feel like, you know, this person will open up when the moment is right. Now, your outcome energy, some of you, not all of you, may actually get a message through for jury service in the month of April. So if that's you, I feel, of course, some of you will look at your options. If there's something major that means you can't do it, I would say reach out quite quickly to say you can't do it and give your reasons why. But I feel like they will come back at you and give you an alternative date. That's something that's coming through there. But ultimately, also, if you're going through some sort of compensation, or if you're going through some sort of like court case or legality, there may be a surprise in the month of April that comes from left field, and you're leading with integrity. But I'm just being given this energy of like, it causes the opposition to fold. I don't really know what that means, but it's like they may like decide to settle out of court, or they may decide that they don't want to go any further, and you kind of like win the case. Okay, so there's something there. It could be like a hidden truth, or something is about to be exposed. So therefore, it's like it's a hot potato and they just want to drop it. So there could be something like that happening, because I feel a secret is like behind the scenes here. And it's like, yeah, it's almost like someone is a witness, or someone has some really like damaging information that if it got put into this court case or this legality, you know, it feels very much like they don't want that exposed. So they're just going to be like, okay, you know what? You win. There you go. And they're going to lock it down or tie it up before this gets exposed. I don't know what that is. It sounds very intriguing, but that's something that's coming out there as well. But I mean, the Justice card indicates, you know, a level of balance and harmony in your life, whatever it is that you're doing right now. So I would say that this is a month where anything could happen for you, especially with that Tower energy and the Two of Pentacles with the Justice card. It's like, be flexible this month, because there could be a lot of like cancellations or changes or reschedules going on that you may have to adjust your schedule to adhere to, so that you can get the best out of the situation. It's not going to be canceled long term. So if you have something important, I feel like, you know, you will get like an alternative date there as well. Now, I do see a lot of you looking at like contracts in the month of April. So this could be anything from service providers, you know, anything that's connected to like subscriptions, for example. There could be like an expiry date that there is the potential to miss. So just watch out for that, especially if you've taken on like a trial period of something that will start charging you. I would say this is your friendly reminder to say, you know, just check that. But also for some of you, if you're traveling, there could be like a visa or a passport expiry date, or perhaps there's some sort of major expiry date on something that you need to adhere to. For example, if you've got a direct debit paying something like a repayment plan, and like you've now paid it all back, it could be that the service provider or the company, they continue to take the payments. So it could be something that you have to shut down or stop, and you get the money back. So that could be where your money's coming back. So if you've like, you know, let it run for 2 months thinking, well, they would have stopped that payment because I've paid in full now, I feel like they didn't do their job at their end, and actually they took a couple more payments. So just watch out for that. That's something there. Also, I would say there is an energy here with that Four of Wands in the resistance position of like some sort of like parcel or letter that gets lost in the post. Okay, and you may have to chase this. You may have to speak to customer services. If you are waiting for something that is really important and you're like, I'll give it another week, I would say don't. I would say call and make sure, because there is a potential that this has got lost or this has not been processed, and you may have to wait for it past the time that you actually want it. So just watch out for that there as well, okay? But ultimately, the Justice card indicates that, you know, you're doing what is right for you this month. I feel a lot of you are maybe even deciding to put your worries into perspective and realize that there are so many layers to life that you are like looking at what fulfills you more than anything, because the Seven of Cups is all about your imagination. You know, it can be that sometimes our imagination runs wild. We can see like a clickbait sentence on a video, for example, where it says, oh my gosh, the end of the world is like in 15 seconds unless you click this link and see how you can avoid it, right? And then it starts raising your cortisol levels. I see a lot of you kind of like realizing that, of course, it could be clickbait, but I feel this is about your focus. Thoughts become things, and I feel a lot of you, your focus this month is on your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and you know, you don't want to be distracted. And I feel like you're going to be kind of transforming your life. There's two snakes there, so this is the year of the snake. It is the year of transformation, and I feel with that Seven of Cups here, there is an energy here of you kind of like focusing on what brings you joy, focusing on what's going to help you make progress, and anything else, it's like it's not even a focus for you at this time. Also, I would say if you have anything that you have to finalize utilizing the internet, there could be a few moments where it goes out or it is delayed, because I'm seeing the Seven of Cups with the Justice card here as like it's hard to connect to something. Okay, so it could be, okay, I'm getting two energies. One is, and this is so random, okay, some of you may find that someone is piggybacking off your internet provider. Okay, so just check that. You know, you may have to like change a password or something on that. So random. But more than anything, I feel for some of you, this could be that you are getting like a shoddy internet service from a service provider, and you may have to shop around and get a better deal elsewhere. You're actually going to find a cheaper deal and better quality internet provider elsewhere. Random, I know, but that came up, so I have to mention it. I mean, the Justice card indicates that you're doing what you feel is right, but it can also indicate you're making some adjustments and you're making some decisions that are based on logic as well as balancing things out with practicality. So I feel like you're leading with passion, you know, connecting to hobbies, connecting to exciting things in your life, but also you're keeping life running smoothly with that justice energy, okay? And I mean, I feel for some of you, you're connecting to like legal documents as well. So it could be important documents that come through from a district council, or, I mean, you may see like some bills are increasing. Okay, I got to be honest with you there, because I'm getting an energy of increase. And I feel, though, that you look at your options and you shop around. It's like you counterbalance any increases by shopping around. I mean, I know that makes sense, but that's something that's coming out in your reading there as well. Now, of course, you're going to be focused on health during this month, and I would say a lot of you are looking at your water intake is what I'm seeing, you know, to rehydrate there as well. But also, I'm seeing vitamins. I mean, you're going to do you, of course, my beautiful Sagittarians, but it's really interesting because I'm seeing this hand like vitamins. So it could be that for some of you, you may notice a vitamin deficiency, or if you're going to like a healthcare provider in the next coming weeks for a test, for example, you may find that you're like deficient in some vitamin, and you will be like put back on track, or, you know, you will be given something that will course correct that. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there as well. Now, of course, Ten of Pentacles is all about the family unit. So some of you could be making some major decisions, especially when it comes to relocating, because I feel a lot of you are thinking about your home space, or it could be some DIY or restructure in the home space in the month of April, or even just like a spring clean. But what I'm getting here with this Ten of Pentacles is family responsibilities. And, you know, if you have parents or guardians, of course, that require some help with some technology, because I'm seeing technological energy here, it can be that, you know, you have to help someone with some sort of like app or some sort of like new technology. For some of you, it could be that you are buying or upgrading technology during the next coming weeks, and it could be that you're utilizing some sort of like software, or maybe having new tools, for example, to do whatever it is that you do, or new equipment that help things run smoothly there for you. I mean, Ten of Pentacles basically means affluence, material abundance, mastery of a craft, and security. So I see a lot of you like building in knowledge to secure your circumstances for you and your family, but also trying to basically like build your empire, or look at your acquisitions and be knowledgeable about your wealth and build like financial strategies there as well. But also, you know, Ten of Pentacles can connect to the home space, and you like looking at, for some of you, and I don't see that there is a reason why, but some of you may look into like security and like you know, home security, or like apps where you can like watch your apartment or your house while you're away, for example. So if you're planning on traveling, it could be something that you're thinking about. Again, I don't see any reason for it. I don't see any negative energy. It feels like it's just in case. It's like intuitive, something that you want to do. So it could be that you are looking around at that during this month as well, okay? I mean, Six of Wands, Four of Wands, I mean, I see there's a lot of success around you, some good news coming in. I mean, there could even be a small win in terms of like an event that you take part in. It doesn't have to be a lottery. It can be like a competition or some sort of endeavor. Some of you could also raise money for charity during this time, and you get a lot more money than you expected, is what I'm seeing there. Yeah, look at that. Comfort, home space. Even in a different deck, I'm getting the same energy for you all to build this life of comfort. But also, yeah, look at that. We've got the adventure. So it's like splitting your time. The Justice card is about spending half of your time like making your home your sanctuary and having comfort, but also you've got the adventure, which means you want to come out of your usual circumstances and take a leap of faith in something. So you could be launching something. It could be that you're surprising people by suddenly deciding to move, or suddenly leaving your job to go to an alternative option. For some of you, it could be that you're suddenly deciding to retire. You're like, okay, I'm just going to tap into my pension, my 401k now, because some of you could be like deciding to take like a partial amount of the money rather than the whole amount, depending on, you know, your access to your 401k. So you could be looking at legalities or getting advice regarding that during this month as well. I see a lot of you as well thinking about a spiritual retreat, okay, or some sort of getaway, maybe even doing some sort of mindfulness online, or having an app that helps you with sleep or helps you with mindfulness, is what I see with that High Priestess as well. But we've got number 11. And of course, number 11 is a soul path number, but this is all about comfort, creature comforts, the home space, making your home your sanctuary. And I mean, we didn't get any cards on it, but some of you could basically suddenly find out that someone is pregnant, or that they have been keeping a secret that they're pregnant, for example. I mean, the majority of people are probably going to be keeping a secret that they're pregnant because they want to wait until the right term to expose the secret. But you know, some of you may be disappointed, especially if it's a best friend, that they didn't tell you, for example. But I feel they may be a bit cautious because of last time, is what I'm being given. So it could be that they had a challenging pregnancy last time, but you may discover a secret from a friend in the month of April. There is what I'm seeing, but it is cause for celebration, whatever it is. Also, I see a lot of you like going out there and having fun, connecting to social groups. It's almost like, yes, you can have fun in the home space. So you may be like hosting some events at your home, or if you've just bought a property, it can be that you're having like a housewarming, perhaps that's a celebration or feast. But it says here hearth, okay? And there's a wonderful like fire burning. I mean, some of you may even adopt a pet. And with the Tower energy, it could be like a shock that a pet adopts you in the month of April as well. But this card, it literally means, you know, to take some time out to rest and regenerate your energy, to know what makes you comfortable, to like keep the home fires burning, as it were, and create a peaceful environment. Because I feel some of you may have to cancel out some distractions. I mean, if you're trying to concentrate on a project, it could be like there's some digging work going on or reconstruction work going on there as well. But also, this is about nourishing your body, mind, and soul, which is very important. You know, it's focusing on your inner life. Sometimes we're busy doing in life. This is a month where you split your time between doing, taking action, having fun, follow your passions, but also, you know, taking some time out to actually like adhere to some sort of self-care ritual. Also, we've got Adventure South, and this is, of course, all about coming outside of your comfort zone, that you are okay to take a risk. And that's what I mean by like, some of you may surprise people with some of the decisions that you make, but you are making a decision. I feel like you're not sitting on the fence anymore about something, and you're doing what is right for you, and it is the right path that you're on. And as you can see, there's a little umbrella right there, which normally means that you're protected. And of course, the spaceman suit or the astronaut suit there indicates that, you know, this is about you leaving a comfort zone or making an educated decision about taking a risk or doing something you haven't done before. So I feel this is about you kind of like allowing yourself to wonder with your heart, you know, what if? Be curious and like do something that perhaps you've always wanted to do, because I see a lot of you actually returning to something that you wanted to do when you were younger. This doesn't have to be a job. This can be like a hobby. This can be like a place, because I feel with that Four Wands, some of you may even take a trip down memory lane, or even, you know, travel. But you don't have any travel cards, but I am getting an energy of movement. So you could travel to like a place where you grew up, for example, to be with either family, maybe that's a celebration, or to be with friends that you used to hang out with, is what I'm being given there. But also, I feel this is a card that highlights that the situation may have a happy medium in your decision. It doesn't always have to be all or nothing. So I feel there's something here that complements your life in April. So you may have thought that you had to make a decision, but I was like, maybe you don't. Maybe you can have the best of both worlds. So I feel like you're focused on your projects. You're doing things bold and daring. And I feel like you're creating stability in your life. You're on top of your repayment plans. Some of you may even celebrate finally being free of debt. If you have been in debt, is what I see. Others may be launching like an entrepreneurship or be investing in a business, and you may have been doing something like behind the scenes and you're ready to launch it. And it may shock people because you've been doing it behind the scenes, but actually it's better to kind of reveal it when it's up and running rather than talk about it before you launch it. Because sometimes, you know, when we talk about a project that we're about to launch, you know, it becomes a chore because we've told people about it. Even though we're still excited about it, we think, oh, I got to do it today because I did say I was going to get it done by Friday. It just feels like a different energy. So I feel, you know, you could be like launching something that you're excited about because you haven't told anyone about it, and now it's completed, it's finished, it's done, okay? I mean, the adventure card can also indicate that you're going to a holiday destination that you haven't been to before, and especially, and this is like not for everybody, of course, but especially if it's recently had some sort of like tectonic event, you may be a little bit worried about going to a destination. I would say with the umbrella there that you're protected and directed and you're like still going to your vacation. Okay, so that's something that's coming through as well. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or ring before we close. Okay, so we have the octopus. Now this can indicate that it's going to be a jam-packed month for you. You're going to be multitasking, especially with that Two of Pentacles energy. I feel, you know, there's energy here of you kind of like having your finger in many pies, shall we say, that you're going to be running a lot of errands, you've got a lot on your plate right now, and I feel like you're going to have all the resources to make sure that you get everything done and you're on target with any time-sensitive issues. Also, as I mentioned earlier, just be mindful of any like important meetings. There is the potential for a delay there, so leave a little bit earlier. Also, I feel like you're very structured and organized this month, and we also have an ice cream. Okay, now the ice cream can indicate pleasure, but also some of you may be looking at like the quick fixes or your go-to kind of fixes for comfort. And it could be that you're like choosing healthier options during this period, or you're detoxifying in some way. It can be that you cut something out suddenly for good. But I mean, the ice cream tends to represent some sort of like comfort or reward. Perhaps it's like, I don't know, reward for something that you accomplished. Or, I mean, ice cream, whenever I think about it, it's connected to childhood for me. Like a nice little like reward for like the end of like term, for example, at like school or college. So it has real connections to childhood for me. But I feel this can be that, you know, you're doing a lot of things, right? You're feeling stretched. Some of you may even be like expanding your reach during this month, but there is reward at the end of it, and it is sweet. But I feel a lot of you may be trying to connect to a healthier reward rather than the quick fix. So I'll leave it like that. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. A lot of complexity going on there, so I do see that you're going to be super busy this month, but I really feel April, you're going to love it because there is a lot to celebrate. 6 of Wands, you're influencing your month in a really positive way. 4 of Wands, you will celebrate a win. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.